Good morning, y'all. I am so excited to be here with y'all. Hi, my name is Alieshia, the host of Black Girls Den podcast. And this is a Black Girls Den podcast production. Okay. So now we got the TV lounge, period. So you know, grab your drink or your breakfast and let's lounge around and talk all things TV. I am your host every Saturday morning. When you were younger, you had like Saturday morning cartoons. Well, it's giving Saturday morning cartoons, but it's just TV talk with Leash. Okay, so yes, make sure y'all like this live. Make sure you share with your friend, your TV girly. So when you enter in the chat, tell us where you're joining from and what show you are here for. This is our pilot episode, which is our premiere episode, basically. And it's about to be jam-packed. And I'm so excited to get into it. Okay. So we're going to start with the BET Awards. Then we're going to talk about Straw. Then we're going to talk about Never Ever Met. And last but not least, we're going to talk about Divorced Sistas because this is a new show and that's what we're going to focus on in the future. But I am so excited to finally be doing TV show reviews. Okay, period. I got my little smoothie from Tropical Cafe, little strawberry and banana. Yes. Just got my nails done. So I'm feeling good, looking cute. So yes, this will be Saturday mornings, and it's where we're going to review shows and movies, depending on like what movies are coming out. So let me know what shows y'all are watching. I'm definitely a BET girly, okay, BET plus. So, a little Netflix, a little something, something. But yeah, let's just get into it, okay? So, of course, the BET Awards was iconic because it was the 25th anniversary for 106 in Park. So they brought that back. And if you know anything about 106 in Park, they did like a top 10. We ain't got time for top 10. So we're going to do a top five. So I'm going to do my top five moments of the BET Awards, starting with number five, and then I'm going to go down. This one is hilarious, though. It's just funny because, with streamers and stuff like that, anything can happen. But Kai Cenat, not knowing Wally, that's hilarious to me. He was so pissed. He didn't even say his name right. He's like, "Who is that? Who is that?" And then there's been this discourse. He's like, "He know me. We was on the same football team last year." Kai was like, "Lotus Flowerbomb came out when I was 9." So that was funny. And then when you put him, Kevin Hart, and Drewski together, it's just hilarious to me. Like the scene, it was kind of like, what's going on? But then when I watched the background, I said, oh, okay, they're just here, just being funny, laughing, like three different generations, showing support. I love that Kevin Hart brought them out. I thought that was really, really dope of them. Drewski, I didn't understand his suit jacket, but it's okay. But he was up there. Kai was looking clean, and I thought that was cool. The fact that Kai is like streaming at these award shows is crazy to me. So I thought that was, funny. I would say four is I love that Kevin Hart was like black theme, black tie event. Like seeing everyone on the red carpet looking cute, looking nice. That was so dope. Like people had nice outfits, even like in the, pre-show and stuff like that. Like people were looking nice. So I thought that was really cool for the 25th anniversary. I loved how they did the 106 in Park like throwback tribute. I loved Ashanti. Keisha Cole, the songs were good, but the sound was a little off. I was like, I don't know if she sing live or not for real like that. I don't know, but she got a tour coming. So let me know. Let me know if y'all gonna go to her tour. But I was like, yeah, that was kind of cool. So that was good for that. I love the Icon Awards, like Mariah Carey getting it, Snoop Dogg, Jamie Foxx, and Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin killed it. Snoop Dogg's was good, so I like that. That was my second one. And number one is coming to Jamie Foxx's tribute. Like they ate that down. Jennifer Hudson, all the like they T-Pain, like they ate the Jamie Foxx tribute down. Like I love that. Like it was so good, and to see him get his flowers, it's just like y'all. Jamie Foxx is a comedian, a singer, an actor. Like he's all that. And I still watch Jamie Foxx show sometimes, whatever. But it's like I never even knew Jamie Foxx was a comedian. I thought he was an actor. because I watched Ray Charles. You got to know when people come out, like what my age was. So I was like, okay, I watched him from the movie, so I thought he was an actor. Then to find out that he had a show, then to be like, oh, okay, because he sings because he did Ray Charles, right? But then I was like acting, singing, and then be like, okay, a comedian, he a triple threat, baby. Don't play with him. He's an icon. He's a legend. Okay. So I want to know what y'all top 5 moments was and who y'all top performances were. I like Snoop Dogg. I thought T.I. was good. Love Kirk Franklin, Ashanti, and Tiana Taylor. Not that she surprised me, but I was like, whoa, like coming out from retirement, like boop, like wow, like okay, girl. We see you, girl. Okay, Erin Pierre, that's Mufasa. But yeah, so that's what I have to say about the BET Awards. I really enjoyed it. One day I need to be up on there, okay? Hosting, asking questions, interviewing. Yes, da da da. Oh, yes, da da da. Oh, and then I love that we were able to see like a little bit of the Divorced Sistas, like the premiere after that. We're gonna talk about that later though. But that was good, and like just seeing like all of them out there and like promoting the show. Like they're promoting that heavy. Okay, heavy. All right. So yes, that is my discourse about the BET Awards. So let me know what y'all think. I got my notes because this is a big episode. Okay, so let's talk about Straw. Right, let's get into Straw. If you are coming in, let's talk about it, let's chat. Slight plug, I do have a page called I'm Not a Therapist. So if you want, short bites and small pieces, I post there. I post my reaction. They're way shorter than this right here. But everybody was talking about Tyler Perry, and every time he has a movie, they always talk about it. And I'm just like, I do like Tyler Perry. I don't really mind his movies because to me they are real life. Let's put up Straw. But also, I'm like, do y'all not watch his TV shows? Did y'all not watch his plays? Like in his plays, he's always had a message in his plays. All the time he had a message in his plays. And so I'm like, Medea was speaking, talking, everything. He was like teaching y'all through the plays. And then even through his other movies, like he has Why Did I Get Married, all stuff like that. Like he has fun entertainment, like Medea goes to jail. So it's just like you're going at him. He's coming a different lane. He done put out the one movie with Kerry Washington, the soldier, the Buffalo Soldier, something like that. And then he has like She the People Out, whatever. So it's like y'all uproar, talk about it like, oh, he's posting this, he's doing this, and it's just like, it's really kind of reality, especially when I see TikTok and y'all stories about how these men be doing y'all. It's real life. And it's from his perspective. Everybody directs and talks from the perspective, and he has an audience and he watches it, and it always goes number one. I'm not saying you can have no critique because there is a couple of critiques that you could have in the movie, which I'll get to later. But it's just like y'all like, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. I mean, people have their things like Ryan Coogler, like Jordan Peele, like people have their lane, and it's just like instead of complaining about it, just don't watch. Like that's just my personal opinion. Just don't even watch. Like that's how I feel about it. But let's pull up Straw real quick. Okay. I got my notes for y'all. So I want to add Straw up on the screen, child. Let me make sure I get the right picture. Hold on real quick. Let's see. That is not the right picture. Child, look at me. Remove. Okay. Is this one it? Remove. What is happening? Hold on. I tried to get this ready for y'all. I did have that image, but I didn't want that one. Excuse me. No, this is my first time, y'all. Hold on. No. Okay. We just not about to have Straw up here. But I do have it though. It's just gonna have to be this one. I was trying to find the other one. They said, baby, all Janiyah wanted was her $521. She needed $40 for her child's lunch. Look at Tessa's face right there. We're gonna get into it. But yes, okay, I wanted to bring this up for y'all. So that's my opinion on Tyler Discourse. So let's get into the movie. All right. So the beginning of the movie When I saw she was struggling, I was like, she on her last straw. Like when I seen straw, I said, when she got up and had to get her kid, I said, she's on her last straw. Like I just knew it. I was nervous to watch it by myself because it was like a thriller. So I had to go watch it with my friend because I was like, oh heck no. But no way, I didn't think that it was like gonna be hallucination. I was like, oh my gosh, like the trauma response was so sad. And it's like, okay, because I didn't pick up on hallucination till the end. Of course, everybody else, we were like, what we was throwing on. So I feel like that was good. Like we kind of thought we knew what the plot was, but we really didn't know what the plot was. But like so much was happening that once she was trying to get to work, child. The landlord asking for her money. She's like, I'm gonna get back to you. She dropped her kid off. And well, before she even dropped her kid off, the kid was like, they keep talking about I can't get no more lunch if you don't pay that. So she worried about that. She gets to her job. She's like, I get paid today. Then somebody throw something at her. They don't. I said, baby, we gotta leave the grocery stores alone, child. Then then the boss was mean. Then the cop hit her. Like, there's only so much a person can take at the end of the day. Like, definitely it was dramatized, but like sometimes that's how stuff be piling up, and we be losing the humanity about different things because it's just like she was just trying to get her check cash. She was just trying to make some money so she can pay for her kids' lunch. And then we do know that she was sick because when they called, they're like, oh, she has bruises or something like that. She's like, she needs her inhaler and her halo, whatever. I was like, okay. But it's just like, where was the compassion through everything? There wasn't any compassion. They're just like, the boss was over here like, oh yeah, no, she set it up. Honey, the name tag, y'all be trying to give people name tags. That's how they know their names. And I worked at a grocery store. So yeah, you don't need my name. No, ma'am, no ham. No, thank you. But baby Tessa was shook right there, baby. She was like, she had that gun. I said, Janaya, put the gun down. Put the gun down, girl. Put the gun down. Baby, that girl pressed that thing and it just went all over. So to get a murder charge, a robbery charge, like it was just so much. She's just like, I don't want all that. I don't want all that. So people can be on the last straw when they have things going on and different things are happening. Like that's just what it is. I love Tiana Taylor's role of support and Sherry's like Tiana Taylor's like, no, something happened. Like, nah, I don't know why she thought something happened, whatever, but I did love it was showing like black people sticking together, black women sticking together specifically. She's like, no, because this could happen. And the detective's like, oh no, it was set up, da, da, da. But then it's like, okay, boom, now they got the bank and now the robber. Then they're like, oh, this is her again, child. Like that was crazy. Um, but she was like, no, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her. She was like talking to her. She was like empathizing, having that safe space. And then Sherry was like, baby, Sherry was scared at first. Child, I don't know the girl's name really, but Sherry was like, okay, okay, walk, okay, baby. They was watching that gun, baby. Tessa was trying to escape. Oh, because they kept thinking that the science project was a bomb, which is crazy to me that they thought this science project was a bomb. But at this point, you just see stuff, so you don't even know for real, for real. So yeah, I think that that is funny. But I do like how he showed modern day how like words can spread and that people's voices should be heard no matter what. Like nobody was listening to her. She's like that cop said he was going to off me, and she's like, I'm not coming out. I'm not coming out. And then they turn on TVs and it's everywhere. They're like, free Janiyah, free Janiyah. That girl put that phone on there on that live because she's like, this is crazy. But it's like, it shows how social media, how fast stuff comes at you, how fast you get information. But then it also shows like people need to listen to people. Like when they're saying something, they're trying to do something, like you need to listen. Like people's voices need to be heard. People have different things that are going on, life happening. And I just felt like, dang, like I haven't had a day like that per se, I would say, but like having a day just like everything stacked against you. It's just like crazy. But when they came down to the bank to protest, now she shouldn't have been robbing it. But she was saying like, I'm not robbing it. But that man said that he will shoot me, and she know that the cop was out there. So she's like, no, I'm standing 10 toes down. Like I never said I was robbing it. I just need. She didn't even know. She's like, why you give me all this money? She's like, I need my $521. Then she's like, I just need $40 for my daughter. Like that's all I needed. So I like that how it was shown like women sticking together, and she's like, no, this is what I wanted. This is what I said. Like, listen to people, have a conversation, have some compassion. Now, I would say it was kind of weird, or like I don't know what it was, but the exchange with the mom, like just her mom calling, like, oh, and then dropping the bombshell, like, oh, Janiyah passed away last night. We're all like, what? Huh? And then when it goes back, it shows everything. I'm like, oh my goodness, like nobody called. She didn't need this, whatever. But like the trauma response was just like keep on going to the next day, like just keep on going. And I feel like that actually happens like when people do pass or when grieving, like it's just like you're just trying to go through the motions, like you're just going through the motions, you're just going on your normal day just to have some like realism. And sometimes like you can't even go through it because you're still thinking, you're still like grieving. And I feel like so much of it also shows it's just like how you got to get back to regular life. Like if something happens, something traumatic happens to you, somebody passes away or whatever, it's just like, okay, it's the next day. And it's to go, it's like we can't even sit and chill and relax, and people, the feelings that you have are sit and grieve because it's just like capitalism. Let's go. It's the next day. Like, go back to work, honey. Nobody cares. Like, that was really really sad to see. um but like I was like confused by the exchange about the mom because we didn't know if she had a mom, we didn't know if Janiyah had a father, like we didn't know anything. So I'm like, the mom just kind of like, oh, she passed away. Like, girl, why didn't you give your daughter rent money, child? Okay. So yeah, I feel like we were kind of out the loop with that kind of thing. So I would say something that I would like to know more was probably like what Janiyah's sickness was, because they were talking about an inhaler and then this, and I'm like, I want to know if her mom lived in the same city because baby, they came to the mama. But it's like, did she have support? Could she ask her mom for the money? Could she go like? I get it's a movie though too, and it's dramatized, so it's like boom, like everything is a reason. Like, oh, this happened for this happened, but it's like, okay, could she like went to her mama's house? You know, could she have tried to cash a check earlier or something like that? And they do talk about like why she had direct deposit. Da, da, da. That's true because nowadays age you do have direct deposits. I don't know who getting checks, but I guess on the internet people are mad saying that people are getting people still getting paper checks. I don't know nothing about that. So I have no, you know, discourse on that one because I don't get paper checks. So I don't know. But baby, the blood was on the check. I said, Janiyah, why didn't you get the cash? Because, you know, I thought it was gonna be a whole different scenario. So I'm like, baby, why don't you grab the cash? Take the cash to the school. That's what I'm thinking. Child, she done took the check with the blood. Girl, I said, put the gun down. Get the blood off the child. What is going on, baby? She shot that boss, SHOOT. Okay. And she was like, I'm out of here. And I was like, dang, they're gonna get her. Cause they hit that thing, they put it together. She went from the store to the bank. Then she went to jail. But I liked how they came out and rallied up and stuff like that. I thought that was really good to show like what happens when you stick together. You know, protesting is good, but it didn't really help her. Is protesting good or is protesting not good? Like, because they come down there, they like free Janiyah, but now Janiyah got a couple charges now. But it's like, but is that like real charges? Like, did it really, shoot, did it really even happen? We don't even know. It this really even happened. We don't even know what happened because at the end of the day, it was a hallucination. Because when they threw that bomb up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I said, how is this movie going to end, y'all? I was a little nervous, but yeah. Um, I would rate it probably like a 7.5 out of 10. I want to know what y'all would rate it. Let me know what y'all think about it. And then also, I don't know if y'all watch Sinners, if I should do a review on Sinners. Okay. So, yes, that was Straw. So, next we're going to go to the season finale of Never Ever Met. If you have watched that, if you haven't, I'll wait to get to the Sistas at the end. Okay. But listen here. So, Never Ever Met, it was like the season finale. It was 7 couples, and then it went down to 4. It's on OWN, and it's about couples who've never met but they've talked online. So the ones who already left was Tati and Clay. Chow. Clay was so disrespectful. I'm just like, do y'all get off on like embarrassing black women? Like, I'm just so confused about it. He had a whole baby, lied to her, talk about he was gonna be vegan and everything like that. Y'all can watch it, let me know. And then Irvin and Alieshia, Irvin was so rude, but Alieshia was kind of too. But I said, girl, you're making the Alicias look bad, child. Like, she always had a problem, whatever, but I just think they just didn't like each other. Um, and then Brittany and Ty, baby. Brittany tried to stay to the end. She was trying to get that money. She was a little nitpicky too. I don't know if she necessarily liked Ty or didn't like Ty. Ty was trying, and she just was like, So I was just like, she was a little bougie suck up. I'm like, girl, aren't you like 40 something? Like, come on now. So those are the couples who have left. So let's get into the couples who are here, and I want to rate their chemistry and just talk about them. And let me know if you watch it or not. We're gonna talk about Alexis and Chris. Okay, so he's irritated And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't see him laughing. He's not funny. He's just like, he's so serious. Like, yeah, and Alexis, she like this, and yeah, I came from here. And then I said, he don't really seem to like her. So I was confused. And then he asked her to leave with her. I was like, that threw me off. Like, but they haven't been to the boo boo room. She was asking, like, are you okay? So like that. I'm like, he gives me like, I don't know if he's emotionally there. Like he maybe like wants to mess with people's emotions. Because I'm like, how are you so mean to her? They want to go to the boo boo room. But then he's like, can you leave with me? She's like, yeah. I said, okay. He's like in her 30s. She's like in her 40s. I was like, okay. I really didn't see their chemistry too much, so that would probably be a low to me, like a 3 or a 4. Like I didn't see it because throughout the whole thing, he kept checking her. Like he was like, "Why would you do this? Why would you be messy? Why would you do this? Whatever." She's like, "I'm keeping it real. That's who I am." And she was like, "I'm aggressive. Like that's who I am." And he kept calling her aggressive, which I didn't really think she was aggressive. But then she tried to show her the softer side, like he went to go boxing or whatever. But I feel like he never really did anything for her, in my opinion, as I'm watching the show. Okay, I know these are real people and stuff like that, and then the cameras are there, but this is just my opinion of the show. I actually did a video on my I'm Not Therapist page too, and one of the characters found it, so I'm doing my job. Okay, next, Chris and Jared, child. I mean, Charlie and Jared. I'm so sorry. Charlie and Jared. They do have chemistry. I would say, like, well, I thought they had chemistry, but I don't know because Jared lied so much. He lied through the whole entire thing. So I know they had chemistry. He was playing her to get sex, and which is so sad. And they're not compatible because both of them had kids before they came on the show and thought it was cute to tell the story. Now, Charlie did lie about how many kids she had, but I'm like, what? And I just want to talk about like women being desperate for like love and stuff is so sad because I feel like in this show she kind of showed her desperateness because she's like, well, who's gonna want me with 4 kids? Well, da 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 da. And I like him. Well, there was a reason you didn't tell him that you have 4 kids. You lied about having your baby. And you're so desperate, but it's like towards the end, it's like people were talking like you need to love yourself, you need to choose yourself, and she never chose herself. And I was like, you left this man who lied and played with you for your newborn baby. Like that's just so sad to me. He played in your face and he got you looking stupid. And then they played this game at the end. And they talking about do y'all believe in monogamy? He's like, no, baby. Everybody's face like, huh? Like, why are you gonna show if you don't believe in monogamy? Then he gonna be like, oh, I believe in like you being together or whatever, but like it's not gonna last for a long time. What? I'd be like, how do y'all be talking to these dudes? Because they be saying some dumb stuff. Like, is it just plaster? Like, who could be the dumbest? Come on the show. Like, I'm just really so confused. So yeah. Um he dumb. He dumb. Telling her he loved her and stuff like that, and then lying like, I'm not gonna go home with her. I'm not gonna go home with her. And maybe the men was catty, sassy. They was talking about everybody's business behind their back, but not ever talking, telling the women about it. Then they was laughing, chat, chat, chat. Like, what? Playing in these women's faces. Like, no. And then she got his name tatted on her. And she's like, yeah, I love you. He was like, yeah, like the next step. Didn't even tell Charlie he loved her until the end, like when she was mad and she was leaving. You didn't even get her name tatted on you. What? Like men will have the audacity. Okay. Men will have the audacity. So that's what I gotta say about them. They didn't leave together, but Alexis and Chris did, but Charlie and Jared did not leave together. Next is Jay and Cinco. Now I would say Jay and Cinco had chemistry, but I didn't really see them too much because they didn't like they were just like getting the answers right and stuff like that. But they only really know each other for 7 months. So I'm like, it's given definitely honeymoon stage. But I don't know if they're compatible. But we really didn't see them argue about one time, and she was just talking about like something about her phone, like, oh, like no, I don't want him looking at my phone or whatever. Like my phone is my phone, something like that. And then he was like, well, if I ask to look in your phone, then you should be able to look. I should be able to look in your phone. So I was like, okay, but like that's all I seen. But they lay low for real, for real. So it was just like, okay, maybe they are together, but they had like a blow up. Well, I wouldn't say a blow, but they had an argument. She was like, well, I have a kid in Chicago. And so that's where my community is. And I agree with her. Like, no, like if my son is here and he's comfortable, and then he's like, well, you come to Atlanta, it's better out here. But like he can move, and it's just like, what, boy? Like, you don't have no kid. I do understand and moving and adapting, but that's like for yourself or for a little child. But the child's like 4 or something like that. So I'm like, how you gonna tell her to up and move when she don't have no support system? And dudes will take you from your support system, then they won't be your support no more. Oh no, thank you. You're not about to uproot me, and I'm sitting here looking crazy. Like, no, thank you. So I just think that I don't know how long that's going to last because she's in Chicago. Like, he could fly out there or she could fly out there. And it's just like, if you love her so much, why don't you move to Chicago? Granted, I don't know what their jobs are. I don't know nothing like that. But like, Chicago to Atlanta, like, you're in the same, well, you're not in the same time zone, but like, you could fly from Chicago to Atlanta. Like, just figure that part out. So I do think they do have chemistry. They could be more compatible, like, if they get that together, but I don't know. You're just gonna have to see because there's a season finale. So we're just gonna have to see. But they did leave together, but we're just gonna have to see if they're still together. Okay. Yeah, last but not least is Kiki and Brandon. Okay, so this one was very interesting. I think she lives in Atlanta. I don't know where Brandon lives, but like, I was upset at Kiki because after the like thing with the therapist, she's like, I have this secret, da, da, da. So girl, you've been with your ex for 8 years, you was talking to him, Brandon, for you. Girl, you should have kept that to the grave. Or you should have told him in the beginning when everybody was telling secrets, baby, 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 shoot. That sounded better than having a baby to me, whatever. And so then you played him, and then she was like you wasn't really feeling comfortable with him touching you and stuff like that. But was it because of your ex, or do you just not like him? Granted, Brandon, I do think is rude. He didn't even help her get in. Well, they clearly didn't go together, so he didn't help her get in the car. He's like, "That's not my girl no more." I was like, "Well, dang, girl." But I was trying to see, like, do y'all think he's controlling or not? Because he was like on her about the drink, 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 and your trauma can't affect that. But like at the beginning, he was on her like, "Oh, you drink, you drink, you drink." She's like, "I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation," but her mama did pass away, so like it's a coping thing or whatever. But I do think Kiki was like she was a little bit mean. Like she didn't really seem apologetic that much. And I do hate the perception of like before when she told the story last episode, like when she told the secret last episode, they're like, "Oh, Brandon, you didn't mess with nobody." He's like, "No, no, like you can be committed in like a 4-year relationship or something like that." But Brandon's mad because the 4 times that he actually was trying to see her, she really had a man. So I was just like, I don't like that, the perception of like, oh, Brandon can't be, faithful versus like if it was Brandon who cheated, but okay, yeah, that's a man. But then Kiki's the one who's doing this. Kiki's the one who did it or whatever. So I don't really like how they like try to play him like, oh, you didn't do it. Like, yeah, maybe there is some faithful men out here. Like, come on. And I don't know if Kiki like maybe was not attracted to him because he was trying to touch her and rub her and stuff like that. So I don't really know. I don't even think they have chemistry to me that much, and they're definitely not compatible. But I was like, that's a long time, 4 years wasted. So she was like, I'm trying. And then every time he's like, I have to think about it. Or whatever. She's like, I have to think about it too. Girl, what you gotta think about? You being rude, you need to be nice. Like, what you gotta think about? Because he don't like you drinking? Like, what? But she was saying that he was mean and stuff like that. And I could see that. Because I did think he was a little bit controlling, but I was just like, I don't know what he does. But I loved his like photo shoot because I think he's a photographer. Like I loved like the first day. I thought that was so cute and so romantic. That was kind of sweet. So yeah, but child, none of these men was gentlemen to me. They was definitely just like, here for fun. Like they just played them, but we'll see because there is a reunion next week and I'll be tuned into the reunion. Okay, so 2 left together, 2 did not leave together. And then, Jared was saying like he was married before, whatever. He's like, I was tired of married life. I thought Charlie could change it. Boy, you was lying. You was just talking to somebody and you use it as not to get close to somebody. So if it's long distance, it didn't have to feel like it was real. But he's annoying. I was like, child, this is crazy to me. So that is the Never Ever Met. Okay. So now we are going to get into our last show for today. Baby, we are going to get into Divorce Sisters. And if you haven't watched both of the episodes, child, you're going to get the spoiler alerts. Let me take a drink of my smoothie. Let me know if you're enjoying the show. Like and comment. And if you're watching the replay, like and comment. Okay, girls. Or guys, period. I'm really going to call y'all the loungers. What's up, loungers? Okay. So, yes, let's get into Divorce Sisters. I watched both of the episodes. Like I said, one premiered after BET Awards, so I didn't know. But then I found out that another episode came on Thursday, so baby, I was watching that. So we're gonna talk about the different things, okay, and the different people. Let me pull up Divorce Sisters first. Ah, I got it right. I got it right. Okay. I'm so excited. Okay. So I don't even know where to start. Okay. We're just going to talk overall and then we're going to break down like each character and stuff like that. So I don't like the name of Divorce Sisters. I think it could have been named something else. I guess I see why it's called Divorce Sisters because clearly they don't get divorced, or some people already are divorced. But I'm really intrigued because baby, they live in the lifestyle. Like they got the houses, the car, and career. Okay, it's T. Period. But it's like five women. I said, okay, they got the green on. Five women living lives, they're friends from college. Of course, that's how people become friends and stuff like that. So I like the premise of the show. There's some things that I'm a little, kind of skeptical on. So we just gonna talk about the episode. So the first episode was very, very interesting. Geneva, Kadeen, and then I think Tiffany, I don't really know her real name, but they started off and they were like, just talking about life and stuff like that. And baby Kadeen is playing her role, period. I never seen her on anything before, whatever. I was like, Kadeen is playing her role. I don't know the other girl, but she's playing her role too. But they're talking about like, family and like kids and like traveling or whatever, stuff like that. Baby, then they got this friend named Naomi. Child, Naomi is pissed, okay, because her man is literally her man left her for a white girl, but she got $37 million. Okay, girl, you could be pissed, but y'all, you paid. Okay, that's what they trying to tell her. So she crazy, she mad. Then they have Rashida, that's the pastor's wife. Latoya is always playing in a pastor role. Okay, did y'all not see her in Greenleaf? Y'all, the pastor is Devon Franklin. I said, perfect match. Perfect match. Like, that's crazy. But as you already see in the first episode, like you already see that pastor dynamic. Like the pastor's like, okay, let's do this, let's do this. It's just like the pastor way or the highway or whatever. And then you have Geneva, who is an attorney, who is she's like a partner at law. And I only know that because baby in the other sisters, Andy trying to get the partner. Okay, period. And then so Naomi is divorced. Uh who else is divorced? Naomi and Tiffany. They're both divorced. Geneva has a man, Rashida has a man, and Bridget got a no good man. Okay, Bridget man can't even keep no job, child. Like that's the crazy part. Like she's like, I got 4 jobs for you. But I think Bridget is Rashida's assistant or something like that. Like we're still trying to figure that out. Like she works at the church or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to put it together. So that's the second episode. But the first episode, they're talking about this banquet or whatever. They're like, oh, we don't want Naomi to come or whatever if her ex is gonna come there because she's gonna act crazy and stuff like that. And so they're just like going through the motions. They're meeting each other. They're talking something wrong with Rashida. They don't know. People getting their nails scared, something like that. But then there was a bomb drop in the episode of that one. And this girl came and told Rashida that her man was cheating on her with her. Like she was sleeping with the pastor. Hmm. I said, now, child, not they sleeping with the pastor. Like, not they sleeping with the pastor, Devin Franklin. But I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy, like bomb drop. Um, I just feel like in this episode, like, I feel like the day was so long, child. Like, that's my only critique. Like, why is the day so long? Y'all talk about the banquet. It was an hour show, and there is no banquet. Like, where is the banquet at? So I'm just like, okay, I'm like, let's get to the banquet, let's get to the banquet. But it's a lot with 5 different people. So that would be the only thing that I would say for that episode. Um, and that we got the bomb drop of, you know, Rashida being cheated on. Now, did y'all believe that? Let me know if y'all believe that or not, that she was being cheated on. I was like, dang, this is crazy, but this is real life, child. They be cheating up in the church pastors. Okay. No shade, no tea. But yes, it's so funny because I talked about that on my podcast episode. But let me know if y'all believe that or not. So that was the first episode. It kind of introduces, to everybody. I thought it was really good. I said, okay, baby, they are tea, like I said earlier. On the second episode, child, the second episode even gets juicier. Okay. So, Geneva is married to William. William is Ron Rico, whatever. That's so funny. This storyline is about to get juicy because now her ex popping up at her job, like, oh yeah, it's been a long time. I haven't seen you in 6 years. And we're like, huh, baby, that girl, she was trying to get out that. She was like, I gotta go, whatever. So then she goes to her friend Rashida's house and they talking about college. And long and behold, Geneva done cheated on William with the ex. I said, now, it was a slip up in there. She's like, it was one time 6 years ago, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay. Oh, that's what I forgot. The other bomb drop in episode 1. Oh my gosh, it was so freaking funny. It was so funny. The little girl was like, "You so dang fine. You so dang fine." But she really said the cuss word. Geneva was like, "Huh?" Geneva, that's what it was. Geneva was Geneva was like, "What you say?" I don't know the little girl's name. She said, "What you say, baby?" Geneva was like, "What you say?" She said, "Oh, it's my friend. It's Maddie, my friend Maddie." She's like, "What's her name?" Her mom's name. She's like, "I don't know. I don't know." That little girl's playing her part. That was, see, it's so much going on. Baby, when I tell you Geneva went up to that school, baby, she finessed her way up to that school. She started talking to that custodian, baby, and she figured out the mama's business name, everything. Talking about talking about some agoy. It's yoga spelled backwards. Agoy, I was a week. I said, huh? Agoy. Okay. Baby, but she figured that out and she trying to figure out what's going on. But whole time, you got something else going on. Okay. So Geneva thinking William is cheating on her, but that was so funny in the story. She's like, it's okay. She was telling the friend, I think it was Tiffany. Tiffany's like, she's a kid. She's a kid. It's okay. She said, um, come here, please. Can you watch y'all peep Geneva and William, baby? They have a nanny. I said, period. A nanny. And Naomi, we going back to the first episode. Naomi got a nice house and she had a sex worker child. I said, huh? Baby, she's like, you gotta go. She pulled that out on him. He started licking it, baby. I was on the floor. Do y'all hear me? I was on the floor because ain't no way. Ain't no way. And he was trying to help her and everything like that. The houses are nice. The houses are tea. I'm gonna just say that the houses are tea. Okay, they're tea. That's all I gotta say. But that was so funny because she's like, "You so dang fine," and she said, "That's what Daddy says to the lady at school." The kids gonna tell on you, child. The kids is gonna tell. So that was funny. That was so hilarious. So now we're getting into the second episode. Let me see if I could bring up somebody for y'all if I know how to do this, child. We're gonna present image. So then the second episode, here we go. Yes, baby. The second episode starts off with the girl talking about yeah, I cheat with him on Thursdays after choir rehearsal and stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, yeah, he had me perform, on him. And then she's like, oh, really? And then she's like, yeah. She's like, yeah. She's like, oh, where is that? Where is that? So then they go to his office and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, yeah, right here, da da da, right here. And so I was like, okay. I said, I don't know what Rashida is doing, but Rashida is trying to figure it out. But then Rashida opened up that calendar and she was like, oh, here. She's like, who's at the door? Da, da, da. And she was like, this says on calendar he's with his family. He's with his family this day, this day, this that day. She's like, oh, like real uncomfortable or whatever. So I was like, is Rashida talking tea? Like, is Rashida saying that she's lying? And then she started reading them scriptures, baby. She was like, and this is this and this and this and this. And she's like, okay, the girl's just like standing there. So I'm like, is the girl lying or is Rashida trying to cover it up? But I'm like, Rashida's like, he's with his family. He don't be here. So I was just like, okay, maybe. But then she was like, there's cameras here. There's cameras here. And so I was just like, oh, snaps. The girl never asked for the camera. So I was like, dang, if there's cameras there, then like you could, it's either a lie or it's not a lie. Like it's fact or not, because like the cameras show everything. Then she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave her there. She's like, yeah, because you be going to the police or something like that. And she's like, y'all try to get money from the church and all this and that stuff. And I do like kind of agree with that. Like I would say pastors or churches are like easy targets just because of the nature of what it is. It's like, oh, trying to get money, like people don't want to slander their name and stuff like that. So at first I was believing that the little girl might have like, slept with the pastor, but now I was like, I don't know, because like she's like, well, I have cameras, I have this, like you be going down here and stuff like that. But I guess we gotta like keep watching it to see. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think the lady is cheating on do y'all think her husband is cheating on her? Because when she comes home, like the children, the interaction is kind of weird too. Like they're on their phone. She's like, hello, hello. Like they're not talking or whatever. But again, this pastor image, like the kids know what's really going on. And then throughout the episode, you see that like they're like, y'all just are cool, in front of everybody, but y'all aren't like really cool when you're at home, like you're arguing, you're doing this and that, because baby Rashida tried to pop up on him. He's like, oh, I'll call you back or whatever. Hold on. It's like, I'm like, why is he so mean? Like, why is he so nasty to her? Like, I'm trying to figure that part out. Do he just not like her? And so they're trying to play it cool, but baby, they gotta get this dang banquet that has not been. They said the banquet started at 7:30. It has been 2 weeks, technically. Where is the banquet? I'm still trying to figure out the banquet. Okay, so I'm just like, okay, so I want to know, do y'all think he's cheating on her? Do y'all think he cheated with that lady? The kids are really very interesting. They're coming in at a point and just saying something. I don't know. They're just like, y'all try to play it like cool. And they're like, the little girl was like, I'm never getting married. She's like, I'm not getting married. I was cracking up. I'm about to go to college. I said, okay, girl. Okay, period. They all have kids, but I don't think Naomi has kids. So then like shortly after, this was the episode where Geneva's ex came or whatever. So baby, she left. She went to Rashida's house, and then that's when she told Rashida about the cheating and stuff like that. I will say that I do love the storylines. I would probably rate the storylines like 8 because of the bombshells that was thrown and stuff like that. But the cohesiveness is about a 5, because how was Geneva in a green dress with Rashida, and then the next scene with her husband, she was in a black dress, and I'm like, it's the same day. Like I don't understand this. That's a little off for me, of like the continuity of like the show. So I'm like, why is she in a black dress? And why they still have not went to this dang banquet that starts at 7:30? And then another bomb drops. Like her ex is in town. Her ex is cool with William. He brings him over like, oh, he can go to the gala with us. He can go to the He can go to the banquet with us, can't he? I said, we see him too much. We seeing the ex too much. Like, why is he here? Why is he here? Then there was like, I don't know. I don't really know what the I don't really know what the nanny is called, but he was just like, oh, Christina. I'm just saying that. But like they're like, oh, bring her down. The girl has to go to bed. She's like, the girl has to go to bed. And literally when that daughter came down, I just knew it. I said, that's his baby. And then she's like, I want you to, take me to bed or whatever, put me in bed. She's like, okay. Then when I'm there, he was like, how old is he? How old is she? She's like 6. He was like, are you sure it's not mine? I said, oh, another bomb dropped. But when you drop the bomb early, Tyler Perry drops bomb early, but then it'd be a slow burn, because like now we know that's his baby. And I only think about that because I watched the BET Awards, like I was saying, and Ron Rico was like, a man just loves his family, but he gets betrayed, and that's the betrayal. I was talking to my friend about it. She's like, the betrayal is like they're so close. Because I was like, why couldn't we see him at the banquet? Like they're like, that's gonna even be more betrayed, because like they're gonna be like they're friends. He's like, oh, he's divorced. I want him to have a good time. Da, 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 da. Yeah, he had a good time with your wife about 6 years ago. And that brings me to the next point, because I don't know what William does, who is Ron Rico. I don't know what he does. He had to travel for work and stuff like that. But I was like, is Geneva and him about to get a divorce? Geneva is Kadeem. Let me bring her up here for y'all, so I could show y'all. Okay, show y'all the people that I'm talking about, just in case y'all don't know. I try to put them all up here. That's the wrong person. Let's see if I can get Kadeem. Forgive me if it's not the right one. Okay, that's the wrong file. Let's see if this is the right file. Nope, that's not the right one. That's Tiffany. Okay. Well, we're just gonna bring her up right here. This is Geneva, who is Kadeem. But she's a partner at the law firm. We don't know what William does. So I'm like, do they have a prenup? Because I'm like, if they get divorced, does she have to pay alimony? That's the conversation that's going on. People paying alimony and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I wonder what this is like. What this is going to lead to? Is this going to lead to alimony? Is this going to lead to child support or whatever? Like, are they going to have to get a DNA test? Like, how is he going to find out that this is not his baby? And then even to the Rashida, like I'm like, Rashida and the pastor is probably going to get divorced too. The pastor is Jefferson. That's his name, Pastor Jefferson. But I'm like, and I don't know, like, is Rashida just the pastor? Pastor's wife or whatever? I don't know. But it made me think about like alimony and like prenups and stuff like that, especially with Geneva and William. Granted, that's probably not his kid. They're probably gonna get a divorce. I mean, the show is called Divorce Sistas, right? So either you got divorced or you're gonna get a divorce. So these two are divorced. Naomi and Tiffany, these two are married. This one right here, her and her man, child, she need to be single. Cause that man coming in talking about oh yeah, he had me doing this, he had me doing that. Talking about, I can come, I got a tux in the hamper. Boy, if you don't get out of here and go find another job, get out my face. So yeah, I would say though it's a good. I don't know if I would say like 10 out of 10, but it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I like the storylines. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of different. But the ex coming at the house is crazy. That was betrayal. So yeah, I wanted to just share my thoughts. I will be focusing on this show, mostly Divorce Sistas, every Saturday. Let me know if you prefer Saturday mornings or evenings. But Divorce Sistas comes out on Thursdays if you don't know and you want to watch it. It's on streaming. Okay, BT Plus. It might come out on Wednesdays on BET. I don't have cable, so I don't truly honestly know. But I want to do these more often. So hopefully you enjoyed this. But before we go, I want to know, are y'all watching Nelly and Ashanti coming out later on this month? Are y'all going to watch Scandal? If y'all haven't watched it before, it's on Netflix again. Are I'm trying to figure out what else we can, talk about and share on this show episode. And as y'all see, we are in the den. This is where I record my podcast, Black Girls Den Podcast. So make sure you check that out. This is what it's on. I'll be live on Saturdays, and Black Girl Den Podcast is coming back on Wednesdays. But this is just another extension of it. And I'm so excited because we talk about TV and stuff like that. If you see in the back, we have TV shows and we have writers and stuff like that. And I just wanted to come and, check it out and share. I just wanted to come to share it with y'all, my thoughts on different shows and stuff like that. So next week we'll be doing Divorce Sistas. I'll be putting in the post. Follow us on Instagram at Black Girls Den Podcast. Follow us on TikTok and Facebook as well. If you're watching the replay, please tell me your favorite part of the live and where you are watching it from. And I will see you all next Saturday. Just think this Saturday mornings. Okay, with your girl Alieshia, period. Still working out some things, but this was fun. So I'm thankful for everybody who watched it, everybody who commented, and I will see you next Saturday at 10:30 a.m. EST time. Peace out. Bye.